Most MSPs think that marketing ends the moment someone fills out our form or registers for a webinar. But here's the truth. The lead isn't ready. And without a proper nurture plan, you're invisible by the time they are ready to buy. In this video, I'm going to take you behind the scenes of my exact process here at IT Rockstars. You'll see how I run ads, capture leads, and most importantly, nurture them using a simple automation and a low-cost retargeting ad so that when they are ready to buy, the sale is easy. And by the end of the video, you'll know how to set up the exact same process inside your MSP, even if you're doing this on the side of a busy support desk. Okay, let's dive into the detail then. So first I'm going to go over the big picture, like what exactly my marketing internally here is IT Rockstars. I'll give you some ideas of what you could be doing in your own MSP in regards to your marketing, what the plan is. It's basically a map, a marketing map. So I'm going to show you what my marketing map is. Then I'm going to go into the automation map, show you how we're going to be building out basically an email sequence in our CRM that's going to nurture our prospects. I'm going to show you what that looks like. There's also going to be a little bit on retargeting. So actually retargeting people that have interacted with either your website or on social media. It's a very small budget spend, $3, $5 a day that you can get a retargeting audience set up. And then I'm going to do a live build out of my actual nurture sequence itself in a GoHighLevel in my CRM of choice. And I'll show you what the retargeting ads actually look like, what the sort of results are and the spend from them as well. So that's like the detail of what we're going to cover. We're going to start probably actually with like email nurture, or sorry, marketing nurturing in the first place. Like, why do you actually need this? And it's something that I've kind of learned over time. Is like when I first started generating leads 7 years ago for MSPs, I didn't really understand the nurture piece to it. And it's only over in the last maybe 3 years when I've been applying like quite large budgets every month for my own marketing. I understand why nurturing is actually necessary. And the whole purpose behind the nurture, basically to warm up the lead. Okay. So most people in the market, like you all say you're operating in a local market and you could get your advert to every single business owner out there, decision maker, the buying, IT buying decision maker. And you could get your ad there. They click on your ad. They sign up for the lead magnet. The problem with that is they're not all ready to buy. Okay. So you somehow have to stay top of mind with that audience of people who have opted in for your lead magnet. So you need to stay top of mind, but you also just need to, there maybe are people that are like kind of ready to buy. They're thinking about maybe switching MSP, but they're not 100% there yet. The nurture allows you to make the sales process much easier. So it almost has two sort of benefits. The first one is that you're staying top of mind with that list of leads. The other one is that when you get into the discovery call, the sales call, the appointment in the diary, it's going to make the job of actually doing this sale so much easier because the prospect knows who you are. They've seen your marketing content. They've seen your emails. They've seen your videos. They are seeing your retargeting. So that's like why we have nurture in the first place. And the whole job of marketing, whilst a lot of people think it's actually to get leads, it's not actually. The whole job of marketing is to make the sales process frictionless or much easier than it normally would be. That's the whole job. I've had certainly this from my own results doing this. I've had clients that have signed up for like our managed marketing service here at IT Rockstars. They've asked basically a couple of questions like how much does it cost and when can we get started? And in those scenarios, the reason like I haven't had to go into detail on what the service is and what the value is that I have is because they've consumed all my nurturing content. So let's look at first the internal big picture. This is going to give you some ideas on how you can set up your MSP marketing, how you might want it set up. So let's go to the big picture. So you're going to have to excuse me, because this whole doing like the screen stuff here is quite new to me, especially because I used to do talking head videos. So this is a little bit new to me. If I'm kind of like a little bit slower, that's just because I'm a little bit older. Okay. So the big picture, I run, and this is why I suggest like in our membership, we take people through in the membership IT Rockstars, lead gen ads. Okay. And these run to a webinar. So we have a set budget every month of these lead gen ads, and they go to a webinar. Not everyone in the webinar is going to sign up for my service, and I have to follow up with them. And the way that I do that are through content. I'm a content producer, so I produce a lot of content every month. But the other thing that I can do with these lead gen ads is I can nurture. So everyone that's opting in to go to the webinar, not everyone's going to attend. Okay. Some will attend. There maybe be about 20 to 25% attendance on the webinar. Some people I'll get to meet, but then there's some people that I won't get to meet. So there's like quite a large percentage, 75% of the registrants won't turn up to the webinar. So yeah, you can have a follow-up sequence, and something that you can do is hire an SDR and give these people a call after the webinar, say, hey, how did you find the webinar? Do we want to set up a discovery session on your network, on your AI maturity, on your cybersecurity compliance, whatever it might be, whatever your MSP is selling? So yeah, you can do that, but the follow-up, it's not going to work for everyone. You're not going to get hold of everyone. If you're doing emails, you're not going to get hold of everyone. If you're doing text messages or you're doing calls, you're just not going to get hold of everyone. And that's where the nurture sequence can feed in. So as soon as the prospect signs up for the webinar, we capture their email address, and then we can put them into our nurture sequence in our CRM. And basically all it is, it's not complicated. We send them a series of emails, go to YouTube. So there's email 1, email 2, email 3, email 4, and email 5. And what these do is they go to YouTube. And this is to build that sort of relationship. And it's where we can communicate the value of what it is that we do. Okay. It allows us to and that's the thing with being an MSP. There's so many different topics out there. Your solutions can sometimes be quite complicated in how you explain what that solution is to your client and how they can make their business better in that 1 or 2 sales meetings. So if you can do it on YouTube videos, it becomes much easier. So we basically have 5 or 6 YouTube videos. These get sent out. The emails get sent out on a daily basis. So as soon as they sign up, they're going to start receiving a link to the YouTube videos, and they'll get 1 a day for 5 days in a row. Not everyone's obviously going to click or consume, but there will be, again, it's another opportunity for us to get our presence out there for these prospects. So that's what the sequence looks like. The cool thing about this, so like I pull and probably around about, certainly here at IT Rockstars, I'm pulling around about 200 leads every month through lead gen ads. So my budget, I'm around about, it's probably about $1,500. So I'm getting 200 to 400 leads a month for that price. I can have, there's a certain percentage, let's go with half, maybe about 150, a conservative number, that will start getting these emails, 150 different contacts. The cool thing with this, it's not cold email. These people have opted in to the webinar, into receiving your marketing. So they're expecting your emails. And the cool thing with this, like another hidden benefit, is this actually, because I'm promoting the videos, the YouTube videos, it's just a direct link in the email to the YouTube video. And I'll usually have a thumbnail, I'll show what that looks like in the video. I'm actually getting a little bit of an algorithmic boost on YouTube as well, because YouTube starts to see that I'm driving traffic to the videos from my email list. So it will do some work in the background, and it'll actually give me an algorithmic boost on my videos, a hidden benefit that's there. So that's what, from the perspective of the CRM, the email sequence, that's the big picture. The other element to this, and as I mentioned, not everyone's going to click these emails. Not everyone's going to go through and watch a YouTube video. Other element to this is our retargeting. So the way that retargeting works is for about $5 a day, I can retarget all of the people that landed on my ad and interacted with my ad on Instagram and Facebook. I like Meta. I get a 2-for-1 there. Their machine learning works really well in the background when it comes to actually retargeting, but also to try and figure out exactly who to show the ad to. So even the people that don't maybe necessarily click the ad to sign up for the webinar, if they have interacted with the ad, I can retarget them. If they have been to my website, or anyone that's been to my website, not just people from the Meta platform, anyone that's been to my website, they get cookied with the Meta pixel. Anyone that's interacted with my Instagram or Facebook pages, so they maybe done a search on Google, like IT support near me, and they've found like my Facebook pages come up for some reason, and they've clicked through to that, they all get retargeted. And anyone that's interacted with any of my social media posts as well, they get retargeted as well. So I've got the Meta retargeting that works in this sequence as well. And this, all the Meta retargeting does, the way that I have this worked out, $3 to $5 a day is a fairly small audience. So we keep the audience fresh for 30 days. So it's always up to date. It's always a fresh audience. So it doesn't go stale. All I do with that audience is I show shorts videos. So I take the long form YouTube videos or the recordings from my webinars, and I actually make them into shorts. And the audience sees these shorts videos in their timeline. So I'm hitting them up in 2 different places from a nurture sequence. And you might be thinking at this point, or you might be asking the question, okay, Scott, that's great. You do videos and you do not pushing out all of this content on a regular basis. How am I supposed to do that in my MSP when I've got clients and IT support and all those tickets that need third line escalation that you need to deal with? How do I do this on a scale that it's going to allow me to continue to do my business, but also have this in place? How can I do that? Power of AI and the tools that are available now, you can take that webinar recording you've done, a 30-minute webinar, or if you have done a long form piece of content, like what I'm doing now, you can take that content, you can put it through a tool called Opus Clip. This is it here. I'll show you what it looks like. You upload your video and basically it takes the transcription from the video and it looks for the best sort of shorts, and then it generates the shorts with the captions. And then you can actually post them out to your social media platforms. I use GoHighLevel for this. It has a social media planner tool. It allows you to post out on a regular basis in the calendar. So you can just load them all up for the week. And then I will apply an ad budget to those shorts. So the meta retargeting is basically just using the shorts posts. And that's how it's all done. It's all kind of captured together in this perfect nurture sequence. So that is big picture. It's actually quite a detailed picture. It's not that big. It's a big picture, but it's not like a high level overview. Big picture, that's how it looks. The nurture sequence, as I mentioned, this we covered this. So the automation map is emails 1 to 5. It's a simple automation. Day 1, they're going to get an email to a YouTube video. Day 2, they're going to get an email to another YouTube video. Day 3, etc., etc. The other piece to this is you do a weekly email or a monthly email newsletter. That's part of the nurture sequence as well. So it doesn't come in under an automation, but you're going to be sending out scheduled campaigns. So you're nurturing them with the newsletter as well. So let's go into the live build. This is why you're here. You actually want to see the technical setup of this and how it works. And you're going to have to bear with me. I use GoHighLevel now. I was active campaign user for 7 years, and I've started using GoHighLevel. So I thought to myself, okay, I can just build this out because I've already got this active campaign. But I thought, why not make a video about it? I'll show you the build of how I'm going to do this. And I'll switch between the 2 tools. So I've already created this is the automation section. I've already created my nurture sequence here. It's blank at the moment. So we need to add a trigger in of what we're going to, how we're going to trigger the automation. And I actually just want to apply this automation to everyone that comes onto my list, not just people that sign up to webinars. If they've been to my website and they maybe put in their calendar, they put a meeting in my diary, I'm using my Calendly link, I want them to come into this nurture sequence. If they sign up for another lead magnet on my website, I want to get them to come to this nurture sequence. If they've maybe started filling out a contact form, but they haven't actually submitted all the way through, I want to give them the opportunity to be on this nurture sequence as well. So just think about the different places on your website and your digital assets where people are potentially giving away their email address. And this is where you can kind of capture them all and make sure that they're in this sequence so that they can become educated on the services that you provide. So our trigger is going to be basically like a new contact. If a new contact's added to the system, they get added to this. My familiarity with GoHighLevel is minimal, so I don't actually know what I'm looking for. Contact created, there we go. That's what I want. So if the contact's created, the trigger gets started. This is the automation actually gets started. So let's just give this a little bit of a better idea. The videos I'm going to be sending them to, I've already got them uploaded onto YouTube. I did these like 6 months ago at Christmas, and I decided to do evergreen ones. So if you're thinking about the content that you're going to be doing in this nurture sequence, you probably want to have it as evergreen. So something that in 2 or 3 years from now is still relevant. I know that could be quite difficult, but if you can do that, it could be, maybe have a think about technology and things that haven't changed in the last 5 or 10 years, like technology tips that are still the same now as they were 5 or 10 years ago. That's going to be a big ask. You might have to like refresh this every year or every 6 months. But I've got, this is my sequence here. It's a YouTube playlist. I think it's actually 5 videos. For some reason, there's only 4 videos showing up here, but I'm going to send out this sequence to to every contact that enters my CRM, one a day. What this looks like in my current CRM, let's go into here and I'll get logged in and get my authentication. And then the main reason for I'm moving away from active campaign is, well, there's a few reasons. The first one is the price. They keep hiking the price. I'm not that price sensitive, but I was paying, I think when I started active campaign, I was paying $20 a month. And my last bill was like $1,500 for the year. And I keep my list healthy. So I'm not like, I don't have like tens of thousands of contacts, but the price just kept creeping up. So that was one reason. It wasn't the main reason for it. The other reason was like, we keep adding in all this rubbish to their platform as opposed to just improving the basic functionality of the system. Quite often when I go in to try and get into my instance active campaign, I can't get into it. I don't know if they're doing maintenance at a certain time of day. They're based in Chicago. I'm here in the UK, so they're maybe thinking that there's not going to be anyone at 3 a.m. But unfortunately, the UK users are on at 3 a.m. because it's 9 a.m. our time. So quite often I'll go in first thing in the morning and I can't get in. That's one of the main reasons. The other reason is they keep adding all this AI stuff. It's like they've just put AI all over the whole platform. Like you can go and create a campaign now, and for some reason, they've went and create an AI campaign. So you can basically just tell AI, oh, this is the campaign I want to generate, and it'll go and generate it. But it's awful. It's terrible. It looks like AI. It reads like AI. No one's going to interact with it. It's just like pointless. It's just like they added all this gunk in for the hell of it to try and, I don't know, it's like desperate attempt. Anyway, that's my round back to campaign. So that's like why I'm moving away now. So our automation, we're looking for automation. Let's find it here. Our current automation. I think it's going to be easier if I sort it by, and this is a 7-year-old, it's a 7-year-old, whatchamacallit, account you're looking at. That's why there's so many automations in it. So many that are disabled. Oh, where is it? You know what I'll do? Sort by this. Okay. So I'm looking for, and the automation I'm looking for is like being sent to 300 or 400 people. It's just, yeah, it's this number here that I'm looking for. Yikes, I can't find it. Have I deleted it? Surely not. I wonder if it's in here. Let's have a look. Just doesn't seem to be. I know it's been sent to like a lot of people. All right, let's see here. Okay. Nice, simple automation. Right, that's not it. Okay, this is not it. So the shadow system was our SEO system from a year and a half ago. Education, this is it. It's still active. So my nurture sequence was called education, where I basically educate people on what our service is. So yeah, it was sent to 661 people. We had a really good open rate. We had a 47% open rate. So I'm going to basically just copy and paste what I've already got. You can use some idea. This will give you some ideas, like from the subject line and the body of the email, like what you could use. But these are really good open rates. And because of that, I'm not going to change them. I'm going to keep them exactly the same in GoHighLevel. So the first email, that's not the first one. And when I first set this up, I actually had it going to like my own website and then it embedded Vimeo videos. I don't know why I did that, because I should have just sent them to YouTube, because then I could have got the algorithmic boost. And so email subject line, why MSPs struggle to generate leads. So from your perspective, like think of a really big pain point in your marketplace. So that could be quite often customers switch MSP because the old company's just getting really slow and not responding to tickets. You put in a request and you wait 9 months for the actual request to come back to you. I'm in that position now with an MSP. I won't go into details with it. But yeah, think about the pain points, like the biggest ones, and that's obviously the subject line here. So we're going to have this is back to active campaign here. Get our first email in the sequence. We're going to actually put a wait time in, because I don't want these to close. Like if someone does sign up to our webinar, our sequence like there's another automation where they basically get sent the webinar details like immediately. So we want to put a little bit of a time delay in these. We'll wait 2 hours so that they're not going to get 2 different emails from us. And within actually, let's make it 6 hours. And then I'm just going to send them their first email. Send email. So I've always suggest that you just have your first name in your email. I've been told like that can help open rates, because it almost looks like a friend that's emailing you as opposed to the company. Okay, let's see if this copies across now. Oops. We actually want to use a template here. What does the email look like? My first name. Okay, let's edit this. Back to campaign. We're just going to copy it across. A lot of PS lines in there. So I had actually, the reason for these PS lines, there's actually conditional logic. So depending on how they've been tagged in my system, in active campaign, they get a different PS line. This is too complicated. I need to make it easier. So I'm not gonna include a PS line at this stage. We're just gonna send them to YouTube. That's all it is. I'm gonna keep it simple. I don't know if that active campaign and GoHighLevel use the same first line or identifier personalization. So let me just check. Custom values, contact, first name. There we go. It is different. Just want to check. And then we're going to link to that video. First one in the sequence. I think this is going to be quite time consuming to go through all 5 of these emails and show you like a copy and paste that I'm doing. So I think I'm going to probably pause it and then come the magic of video editing, come back to you with our finished sequence here. We'll do the first one together. I think the main issue actually with this copy, I'm looking at it now, it's so obvious that it's written by AI after this copy. But it worked. So I'm not going to change it. I'm going to change the font size though. I like kind of like bigger font sizes. I'm not sure why that is. It just looks better when you're reading it on your phone. Easier to interact with. Okay, hey, as if the magic of video editing, I'm back. I've filled out my email sequence. So 1 to 5, I've got a day wait time between each one of the emails that's going out. I've literally just copied and pasted as an active campaign. One little thing you should be aware of in active and GoHighLevel, when you click on edit the template, annoyingly, you have to go into this cog here to put in the subject line and the preview text. Just be aware of that because it's like hidden away. And I was looking for the preview text here and I couldn't find it. And the preview text, that's almost like the second line when someone opens up the email on their phone, what they're going to see. So just for awareness more than anything else. So let's go back to our Miro board. That is the automation map. Kind of like what we've done. All this is the map here. And then there's the live build out of the actual automation in the CRM. Now I'm going to show you what the ads look like. So the actual retargeting ads. As I mentioned, there is an audience that we have to build, and then we have to apply a campaign to that audience. I've already done this in my ad campaign or in my ad manager. So I'm going to kind of just show you how it's set up and to give you an understanding of what the heck's going on here. So on my ads manager, let me bring that up. The first thing that you need to do is go into your audiences here, and you have to create a new audience. And this is going to be your retargeting audience. I've got one that's kind of hot. I've had different versions of this over the years. Like I've been running ads for a number of years now. But the one that I'm interested in is this top one here, version 5. And what this is, it's a custom audience that it lasts for 30 days. And you can see all the different, it basically consists of multiple different audiences. So I've got website visitors 180 days. I probably need to change that. The video hot list. So that's people that have interacted with my videos on Facebook and Instagram. People that have been on my Facebook page, people that have been on my Instagram page. And if people have filled out the lead generation form ads, liked like my Facebook page. So let me just go into one of them and show you how this works. So we'll do the website visitors. This is probably going to be the more important one that you get right. We just find it here. It is. And this is the setup for it. You just click this edit button. So I'm going to actually put this down to 30 days. I don't need to be retargeting people for 180 days. So I'm just going to change that. And the whole reason that you want 30 days is mainly because you don't want to be like annoying people with retargeting ads for half a year. I've got set up here for some reason. I don't know why I chose 130. 30 days keeps the list fresh, keeps it warm, keeps it fresh. So if they see your ad, if they engage in your reels and they see your ad, then they're going to get added back into the audience. But if they swipe past, then that countdown starts where they basically, after the 30 days, they come out of the audience. So that's why we keep the list fresh more than anything else. So once you've got your audience set up, and I have these multiple audiences that are all saved into one big audience called Hot V5. Then you go into your ads campaign and you set up your actual retargeting videos. So I've got 2 campaigns running at the moment. One is to my cold audience. This is my lead generation campaign. It's been running just since it's been running for 6 hours. Actually, I think we've got 2 leads through the system already. Quickly show you what that looks like. So it's reached 1,500 people. The campaign actually doesn't look like it's going to perform that well because we're paying. Oh, it's went down a little bit. We've got 4 leads now. Cool. So yeah, £4.89. So that's about $6 or $7. I've had this as low as $3. I've heard some people getting $2 for a lead. So that's the sort of cold audience campaign at the top of our funnel. The one that we're interested in, the nurture campaign. So when people interacted with our ads or any of these other audiences that we built out, I've got this retargeting campaign. So the way this works, the way the campaign is set up, is it's actually set up as an awareness campaign. An awareness campaign allows you to select an option in the Facebook system or the Meta ad system called video views. So I'm maximizing for video views here in this ad. That's what I want people to see, the video views. I have it literally, it's £3. So around about $5 a day. I'm going to monitor on this. It's one of the statistics of the ad. It's called frequency. I'll go into my history and show you what that looks like. The frequency is all about how often someone sees your ad. Basically, you don't want them to see your ad too much, otherwise the ad will get fatigued. the user will get fatigued as well, and they might actually get annoyed by continuing to see your ads. So you need to kind of hit on a happy medium on the frequency side. So this, budget set $5 a day. And the audience, this is where I actually selected Hot V5. So the ad is now applying to that audience. And I've got some location-based targeting as well. In this audience, you can see where I'm advertising to and kind of like the age range here. So for my demographic and IT Rockstars demographic, it's usually males of a certain age. That's why we've got this in place here. It's going to be different for you in your MSP, and you're going to have to work out what that demographic would be. I would actually probably just leave it to open based on the fact that it could be quite a hard demographic to figure out who's your ideal type of prospect, what age they are, and what gender they are. It's probably going to be a mixture for most MSPs. So that's like the ad set. That's how it's set up. Placements, we set that to automatic. It does all of the work for us. It works out the best placement for our videos. And then I basically just got here the retargets. And as I mentioned, these are shorts that I have published from Opus Clip. So I've taken the shorts, I put them into my CRM. So let me go back here, cancel that for a second, just save that. Save. So I put them into my CRM. And then under the GoHighLevel's marketing tab, there is this social planner, and it allows you to upload shorts, videos, social media posts, but you can do it to multiple accounts. So like I can choose all these different accounts, and it will post out to them all my videos that I get from Opus Clip. So once a week I schedule them, and then I've got 10 basically short videos that go out a day to my social media channels. So then what happens is that over the past week, I can see which ones have performed the best, and I can add them here into the retargeting audience. So the ones that perform the best, they get added in here. And as you can see, each ad slightly different. I'm probably going to need to name these a little bit better. The naming convention is not great on these. But I literally just replicate that, and then you use this option where it says use existing post. And then I select the actual post that they are from the organic post that GoHighLevel has posted out. When it comes to calls to actions and things like that, I don't spend too much time because users are going to be more interested in the videos than the text in the post. So I just leave it very minimal because we really want them to see the videos more than anything else. So that's like the retargeting. That's how it works. And it's fresh videos every week. So they're always getting updated with different videos to spike the interest more than anything else. And if we go back, I'll show you the frequency set where that comes in. It is, I think it's right near the start. Yeah, frequency here. So both these ads are actually, they're running okay. They're only just started. But if I do like this to maximum, let's look across the whole ad account and see like the worst frequency, which was 12 prospects, saw this advert. Luckily, it was only around for a day or so. This was a webinar that I did probably about 2 or 3 years ago. Prospects of my retargeting audience saw the ad 12 times in one day on average, which is not great. And I only learned about a stat over the last year. You really want a frequency probably of around about like between 2 and 5. Like 2 is probably the sweet spot more than anything else. I've been told by AI that 5's fine, but 2 or 3 probably. That's what you want. So it'll be in this range here. And you basically, the way that you adjust the frequency is through your ad spend. So the retargeting budget is where you can figure out the frequency. So what will happen is over the course of a week, I can then get an average on what the frequency is, and then I can adjust the budget accordingly. So it's probably a little bit low just now for me, but we're going to leave it running. This is only be running for a day, this retargeting that campaign. Once we've got an average over 7 days, then I can figure out, okay, what's the budget amount I need to be spending per day in this? It's currently set to $5. I might need to spend more. I might need to spend less, but it's just good to have that in mind so that you're not going to annoy these prospects in your nurture sequence. So that is what we have for this video. There is like a lot to it. There's a lot like conceptual nurture marketing talk within this, but hopefully it gives you some ideas of what you can be doing in your MSP from your marketing perspective. If you want to get a hand with this stuff and get like sort of more on one-to-one support and go deeper into this, that I'm pretty sure in this video, then there is a link below where you can join our group here at IT Rockstars. Love to have you in. I will see you in the next video.